Hey, what's going on, you guys? I've got a brand new Star Wars Black Series figure. I know, it's been a while for Star Wars. I saw one today and I just couldn't pass it up. I know that I've been really logging behind in Star Wars recently. A lot of that is because where I've gone, there just isn't a lot of new things, which is really sad because this is only my second member of the Bad Batch. I only have Hunter. I don't have Crosshair uh, or Tech. I've seen Tech, but I didn't get him at the time. So hopefully when I see him again, I'll get him. Um, I did see Omega today too, but my priority was mostly Echo because yeah. So obviously by what I've talked about today, we were reviewing Star Wars: The Black Series from the Bad Batch Echo. So the box is your standard box. You got the color coding, which is like this maroon color on the side. You got a cool picture of Echo on the back. You got the same picture, and you got a bio that says Echo is a soldier in the Grand Army of the Republic, known for his strict adherence to orders and rules. Hence his nickname, which was sarcastically gifted by his clone brothers. Um, so real quick, I want to get into this. I grew up watching Clone Wars, so I've had like a long history with Echo. So when he got brought back in season 7, and then he was a main part of the Bad Batch, made me really happy to see. Um, but so yeah, and that's partly why I wanted to get the Bad Batch version of him because it's like the current version of him and not you know like an earlier version that he's not gonna look like anymore. Because obviously, if you've seen it, he looks vastly different now. So here he is. I like that. But before we get into the figure, let's get into his accessories. So we'll get into his smallest accessory, which is this little pistol here. And then he also comes with his backpack. I got nice sculpted on there and some paint work of whatever buttons, maybe some tools are in there or something like that. And that just plugs into the back right there. The only unfortunate thing about how, his character design is, I'm sure that they could have made it work, but they couldn't do the usual, like, pin that they've been doing for Crosshair, and well, I know they did for Hunter. I think they also did it for Crosshair with their backpacks, where it actually stuck in and didn't move around. I don't know if they could have done that here, but if the design choice was the reason, then I understand. So, but it shouldn't move around too much unless you really force it to. But it seems to kind of stay on there because it has like this little indent. So like if you have it on there, it won't really move unless you really force it to. So, and then that pistol, he has a little holster here for that. So we'll go with that. Um, Before I get to his helmet, we'll show off this thing, which is like basically an alternative arm. Now I'm not sure how exactly to do this. I think I did this right, where you basically just slide it on. You just kind of have it there. Obviously, it's been a while since the first season, so I don't remember what he did with this arm. I'm sure he used it. Um, I can't wait for the second season. So, but someone pointed out because you could take this off. I'm not sure what the purpose was there, but if their purpose was to make this look like a grenade launcher, he got that too. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in the second season he comes out with like a arm gun or an arm cannon. Makes sense for a character like him, but it does add a bit of weight to the arm. But yeah, so reality is just supposed to be like this. I don't know why they have that detachable. Maybe to make it easier to put on or something. I don't know. That is if I'm putting this on right, which I don't know if I am. But yeah. So yeah, and then the reason why I wanted to so before I get the helmet on, because once I get the helmet on, I'm not taking it off because it's not a super huge problem, but it is a bit of a struggle. But I understand why. So we'll take a look at the head sculpt really quick before we look at the helmet. Um, so like they do with a lot of these animated characters, they usually try to do it where it's like they bring it to if it was like live action. Um, and so obviously with clones, you have them with Tamara Morrison, but with like a character like Echo, that's there, but obviously it's very different because he's had all this stuff put into him by the separatists. It's kind of have that. I think his name was Lobo. Is it Lobo or Robo or something like that? The guy on Cloud City that worked for Lando, he had like the similar like thing around the back of his head, and he got like these little notches there. You can tell that his skin is very pale, but it still looks like your standard clone if you look at the facial features, which are very nicely done. Um, so yeah, and here's where it is. So I'll take off the backpack so maybe you guys can see it. I'm gonna get up close here. So what you do, because if you didn't notice that, like his helmet has that part sticking out as well. So they have these two pieces that you can separate. I don't know if like going over is the best way to do it, but it basically is supposed to kind of like click in on the top here. As long as yeah, there you go. And then this is the only troublesome part. You got to get this pin in there. Now, if you have, I imagine if you have like tiny fingers or your fingers, I'm sure like you could probably get it a lot easier, or if you're used to like working with something that small. But it's a bit of a struggle with us with big hands and big fingers, so that's that. So I think I have it down. I mean, it won't be too noticeable, hopefully. However, it does restrict the articulation a little bit. But just know that without the helmet, his head can move a little bit forward and a little bit back and tilt a little bit more. But oh man, see that's the annoying thing about this. It really tends to not go on. And if you're looking at the back of it, which I am right now because I want to show this off to you guys, becomes a bit annoying. And I don't know if I'm like doing anything wrong. Maybe I should watch a video. But now that we have the helmet on, you got you have the very nicely sculpted. Almost reminds me of like an airborne trooper. I don't know if you guys remember which trooper that is. They haven't made a figure of that yet, I don't think. So hopefully they make one. That would be amazing. But you see, you got the 99 up here because they're Clone Force 99, and the sculpts are really nice, and it looks really clean. With this. Personally, in my opinion, I think it might have been easier just to create an alternate head sculpt, but I do understand because there's like all sorts of different articulation in the neck area. So it probably, would have been more complicated to do that, but yeah, so I should probably put on this backpack so that way it looks a little bit more complete. There we go. There you go. So let's take a look at the rest of his body. We'll take a look at the back first. So there's the place there. It's just some dents. You got the sculpting on the torso here. You got like the usual like clone belt pouches. You got the holster. You have these little I forget what they're called. I know they have a name, but these little like kind of like what's the word I'm thinking of? But like these cloth pieces. There we go. Hanging off the side here that a lot of like ARC troopers have, which he was an ARC trooper, so makes sense they would give him these things. And these are nicely painted. They don't need a lot of texturing, but where they have like these little straps here that go around, which are nice. Got these little patches, pouches on there too. Then pouches all around the belt, and you got more sculpting all the way up on the torso. Then you've got dings and like little smudge marks. You got the little skull sign there. You got like these nice silvery parts. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Where like there's battle damage, which shows that by the time we get to Bad Batch, I mean we kind of know that a tiny bit of time has passed since we last saw them in season 7, but it shows that like he got into some battles beforehand. So maybe we'll see that. And we'll see more of them fighting the droids. And then you have You know, this little comm piece here. You just got the usual theme all over, and then you got the little screwdriver, the little R2D2 screwdriver, and then you got these unique like knee pads here. Very unique to me. And yeah, so time to get into articulation. So there it goes again. I don't know if there's like a better way. Because I can't slide it down anymore because then it just shows off, you know, the head. Oh man, it's gonna bother me some. But that'd be the only complaint I have about this figure so far. So articulation, I kind of already showed off the head, but he can only look so far up, only so far down. He can look side to side. A little bit of tilt with his helmet. Shoulders move up. He's got bicep swivel on both sides. His robot hand moves that far forward, and his human hand can move that far. Well, arm moves that far forward. He's got a wrist swivel and a hinge on the hand. His torso articulation, he can crunch that far forward, that far back. He can tilt side to side, and he can swivel. And then his legs kick out that far, kick back that far. He's got single jointed knees, I think, but they practically have the effect of double jointed knees, to be honest. And then his articulation, his ankle articulation, he can move that far back, that far forward, and he's got ankle pivot. So yeah. But no, when I saw this guy, I got really excited because all week I've been, obviously Kenobi's out by now, and I've just been wanting, like, I haven't had a Star Wars figure in so long, and to finally see one pop up that I, you know, absolutely wanted was awesome. Still don't have my favorite character, which is Anakin, by the way. So which sucks. It really does. Maybe they'll make a new one. Maybe they'll make an updated Revenge of the Sith one. I know they did an archive one, but maybe they'll just give it like entirely new articulations. So be nice. But let's get them all geared up here. On my particular figure, I don't know if anybody else's has, but I will say this: if this is like a nitpick for you, for anyone, the trigger finger for the pistol, it doesn't. It's not, mine's not like sticking out or anything. So if that's like a nitpick for you, just be aware of that. I don't know if it's just my figure or if it's everyone's, but I might try to see if I can get that to come loose because I do find that a little annoying, but it's an easy fix, so I don't really have it as a complaint. Oh, he does have butterfly joints, but they're very subtle. Other than that, the only complaint is the amount of times that this little peg in the back does not come out. It does not stay in. And I know they're just trying to make it convenient, so it's not really their fault, but it's annoying as hell to me. Like I said, I'm going to go and find another review and see if like they did a better job. You know. Because even with that, my God. There? No, not. I would glue that piece, but then I would never be able to get the helmet off. Or something. I don't know. So, unfortunately, you know, that's like the only complaint I have about this. Other than that, I think this is an awesome figure. Especially if you're a big Bad Batch fan, and I am. Can't wait for season 2 to come out. I also know they announced a bunch of new series. Oh wait, I forgot some of the leg articulation. Real quick, he has swivel down here, his knee swivel, and then I think, does he have, he also has thigh swivel. So, but I know that they also announced a bunch of figures for the Kenobi series. Um, Most of which I'm getting. I'm not getting Kenobi because I already have an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Um, though that one looks cool. But I am getting all the Inquisitors. I'm getting Reva, I'm getting the Fourth Sister, I'm getting Fifth Brother, and I'm getting the Grand Inquisitor. That's going to be an absolute must. Um, if they introduce any more Inquisitors in that, I definitely will get those. And then I know some of the other figures they announced real quick at the end of the video here is Ayla Secura, which I'm going to try to get. Um, she's one of my, I think she's one of the most underrated Jedi. And since I'm a Kit Fisto fan, um, there was like apparently like a brief moment they had in the Clone Wars. So I'm definitely gonna end up getting her, and she is the Jedi General of my favorite clone general, which is Commander Bly. So that'll be cool. And then they are giving us a Clone Wars mall where he has like the updated like robot legs and stuff like that, which will be great because we've needed that version of Maul for like the longest time. So to finally get that would be cool. I'm hoping to see. I mean, I'm gonna try to get the rest of the Bad Batch. Um, I'm hoping to see maybe more Jedi in the future or more Inquisitors for sure. I know we need like Ninth Sister and Seventh Sister. I think is her name. Seventh Sister appeared in Rebels, and Ninth Sister appeared in both the Vader comics and in Fallen Order. So yeah, hopefully we can get more figures. I know there's a bunch of GameStop exclusives that have come out. I do want some of those. So hopefully you'll see more Star Wars reviews. It's really funny because I've noticed that anytime I start getting Star Wars, it's like a bunch at once. So who knows? Maybe we'll start that streak again, and I can uh, continue on with the continuous streak of I get a Star Wars figure, and then I just start getting a bunch of Star Wars figures all of a sudden. So be nice, but hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.